beautiful souls. I'm Selena Ella Moon, the founder of the Soulpreneur Institute. It is my mission to support those who are on a spiritual journey, who are building businesses to rewire the consciousness on Mother Earth, to build that new Earth frequency through the weaves and all the powerful light that they bring into their products and their services to help humanity, to help the environment, to bring peace and love through their products and services in a way that is self-loving, self-honoring, and self-caring. And so today I'm going to be doing another oracle reading for you, and I'm really excited because this oracle reading feels like already, when I was tuning in before, there's just a rise to power in the energy, and I'm even getting chills as I'm saying that there's something going on where you are rising to your power. There's some energy that has been shaking you up, and you might have even felt this, like almost like a windstorm coming in and just shaking you up. And maybe your central nervous system has been really jittery lately, or you're just feeling like you can't even take some caffeine anymore because your body's just unable to handle it, because you're already being shaken on the inside. And this shakeup is really to release any dust or any dormant patterns that have left you from actually connecting with the next version of yourself. And this rise to power, it feels so divine, because what it's really doing is it's saying, I'm done listening to what everybody else is saying about me, or just even those subconscious programs from childhood. Let's be honest, a lot of the ones that are chosen to step into their power and embody this new earth frequency, we've had difficult childhoods. It has not been easy. There's been things that have happened that have made us question our worthiness. We have been put in the corner, and we have been put in situations that have made us feel like we are bad, or that we are lacking in some way, and that we are incapable. And part of that was just to strengthen your resolve. The world wants to control us because we are in a society that wants us on a hamster wheel, right? We are in a world that is trying to make us be someone that we are not. And if we keep looking to everybody else to get that certainty about who we are, what happens is we start to lose our edges. We start to lose the dynamic ways in which we chose to adventure on this planet. And so this control is not going to have power over you once the shakeup happens and the rise to power is initiated, because you are now ripe. You are ripe for the picking. I love this card. This card makes me think of, those moments in life where it's like, you've done all the inner work. You've created alignment within yourself. You have set your intentions. You have done your vision board. You have spoken to the divine. You have made those prayers. You have followed through on your divine inspiration. You have turned your life around. And now you are in the ripeness phase where you are ready to step into the light. You are ready to rise in your power. And those fruits are you. People are going to enjoy the fruits of your labor because you have created something that others need. They're yearning for, their soul is asking for it, and they're just salivating. They're curious. Their eyes are wide open saying, hey, who's out there that's doing this one thing that I feel this world really needs? And that is you. You're that one that is providing them with what they need. And you are ready to do this because you are no longer ashamed of yourself. You're no longer holding guilt about the differences and the approaches that you have to life that might not fit under the quote unquote matrix, right? And the key here is to override the projections. So if there are people out there who are very, very angry at you, if there are people out there who have tried to diminish you, if there are people out there who are telling you that you are worthless, if there are people out there that are hating on you or making you question your worth, they're projecting their own fears and their own wounds onto you. And you are not supposed to go for this. You are not supposed to jump in and believe everything they say. Your work is to follow your inner guidance, and your inner guidance is going to be very specific, all right? It's going to feel like one of those things where you're wondering, okay, do I put myself on Google, right? Do I create a better website? Do I go and speak at this event? Do I apply for this grant? Do I seek a sponsorship? Do I ask for God to give me a new team to support me? Whatever it is that you are seeking in your business, your guidance is going to give you exactly the insights that you require so you can start getting ready to attract what it is that you need in order to be successful. And this is a part of your rise to power, right? Now, there's something about this card as it's coming out about really being honest with yourself about the energy I'm getting here is that there might be skeletons in your closet. You might be feeling that your past is weighing on you. And when your past weighs on you, I'm just going to drink some water. When your past weighs on you, it can feel as though you're ashamed of your history and that you're afraid that the skeletons in your closet are going to come out once your business picks up. But if you claim your past as a learning experience and you make peace with it within yourself, if you can honestly forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made in this life and really just recognize that you are a human being that is going through an experience that is making you better and better and better through time, you're going to realize that you have so much within you to give, and that it doesn't matter if anybody discovers these parts of you, because you forgave yourself a long time ago and you are now comfortable in yourself and you are okay with yourself, that you can go back out into the world and no longer feel like you are orphaned. You no longer feel that you are alone, because your divine connection is so strong that nobody has the power to use your past against you. All right. So you are being encouraged to imagine a beautiful, bright future for you and the core of your business. When you imagine things, your job is to really step out of the familiar. Don't just go for what you think is possible. Think about what you would love to happen that isn't possible in your mind yet, but it will be if you give yourself the permission to imagine. All right, so this reading is really here because you have a deep knowing about who you are in this world, and you recognize that there is something inside you that needs to come out. And once it does, and you start imagining, you're going to get out of this orphan phase and you're going to be here and now. It's going to help you be more present. It's very hard to be present when we have our past hanging over our heads. We're constantly feeling guilt or shame or regret, or just really ruminating on things that happened. And when we're ruminating on our past, we're diluting our power, because our power comes when we bring all of our attention to the present moment. But we can't do that if we haven't released our past, if we haven't forgiven ourselves, if we haven't mended potentially some very beautiful relationships that just had some misunderstandings. We have to weave in more light to rise into this power that I was seeing. And to weave in that light, we need to get comfortable being uncomfortable, having those very confrontational conversations, really admitting to yourself where you might have gone wrong, really admiring yourself for having the courage to even confront this so that you can rise. My friends, you already know this, but I'm going to tell you again. Your business is part of your enlightenment journey. If you want to go on a journey of enlightenment, start a business, right? That's what I always tell people, start a business. I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs, and their version of entrepreneurship is very different from a soulpreneurship. Who I'm speaking to are those on a spiritual journey who recognize that when you surrender to the divine, when you put your your sense of security and stability in the hands of the divine rather than outsourcing it, you're going to recognize that you have so much within you and that God is going to support you as you go through this evolution and this purification process. And it really puts you into places where you have to have these harder conversations, even within yourself, to appreciate that maybe you don't have it all figured out. Maybe there are things that you were thinking that were out of alignment with who you really are and where you really want to go and how you want to show up in this world. And this spiritual journey is really heightened when you are on the spiritual journey as an entrepreneur. So if you guys are really curious about exploring how your entrepreneurial venture and your spirituality can merge to bring success in a fulfilling and materially successful way, do look into our Soulpreneur Institute. I've got a platform on School, SKOOL. The Institute is filled with classes and beautiful community of people who are also building their businesses while honoring their divine flow and their divine rhythm. It's not a hustle culture, it's an alignment culture. We don't focus on do. However, there is still talks of strategy. If you're interested in working with me, I'm also partnered with 2 marketing companies, and I support entrepreneurs in flourishing so that their messaging and their strategies are in soul alignment. And when you are in soul alignment, everything in your life changes because you are no longer doing things just for some outside validation. You're not doing things for an award. You're not doing things to please your family members. You're not doing things because you're trying to prove your worth to the world. You're not doing things because you're trying to prove your haters wrong. You're not reacting to anything. In fact, once you're on this journey, it's about responding to your soul's calling, not about reacting to your pain and suffering. I know they say, pain helps you build your purpose. And I believe that's true in the beginning. But I think once you've healed from that pain, your purpose is still built, but it's just being built from a different place. It's being built from a place of divine awareness and that deep knowing of who you are, and that you came here to help society to shift in a positive way. So we're just going to go through the last couple cards here and see what's coming up. So the Lion card, I love this card. I'm a triple Leo. I think I've shared that before. But this card is all about you stepping into your confidence. This is the rise to power. So this is the part of you that is ready to shine and to stop caring about everything that has taken you down in the past, because you have lit yourself up on the inside, meaning that you have burned away what no longer serves you. So you can no longer hold on to those stories and the pain and suffering and build from that place anymore. In the new earth, we don't build from pain. We build from self-awareness. We build from our inner calling. We build from a place of self-recognition. We build from a place of synchronicity and alignment. This is really where that confidence needs to come from, not from other people around you cheering you on. You're going to go through a beautiful change. And when you go through this change, everything in your life is going to feel like it looks different. The change is going to bring a lot of joy. This joy is going to be subtle but elating. It's going to invite you into deeper intimacy with yourself, okay? So be ready. You have miracles coming in. The unicorn represents those beautiful miracles that are coming in. And your job is to just stay strong. So no matter who comes in and you feel like they have the power to take you down, they have the power to hurt you, they don't, okay? Nobody has the power to take you down when you are connected to God. When you have that strength in yourself and that strong connection with the divine, you are led by the divine. You are not led by the voice of your haters anymore, okay? This is going to help you to reclaim aspects of your intelligence, because what happens when we experience trauma is our brain slows down. When our brain slows down, we have difficulty making decisions. And even if you're somebody that has a history of, say, smoking too much weed or just getting into escapism patterns, your brain got slowed down. when you heal this trauma through the change, what's going to happen is you're going to get your intelligence back. Those brain patterns are going to start to rewire in such a way where the decisions you make are going to be really, really potent. They're going to have a big effect, and you're going to be much more motivated. The horse represents freedom and motivation to me. All right. So step into your light, reclaim your passion, and do it with pleasure. Don't do it from pain. Do it with pleasure. All right. So I pray you found this reading supportive to you. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for being here. Be sure to subscribe if you are a spiritual entrepreneur who is doing beautiful things for this planet. I'm here to help you. I want to serve you so that you can rise, because I've seen some shit in this world that I know you can change and make better. Love you lots. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.